So what actually works better in real life? True 10x optical zoom or a 6x zoom backed by smart algorithms? These two phones pretty much answer that question. Oppo has finally dropped its top-tier flagship, even if it arrived a bit later than expected, and it's definitely built up a lot of hype. Just looking at the specs, you can tell Oppo has really gone all in this time. Let's kick things off with the camera setup.
A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Mikey from Tech Mikey. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out our exciting tech content.
The headline feature here is clearly the 10x optical zoom. It's something we don't see often anymore in flagship phones, especially since devices like the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. That's mostly because of cost and internal design challenges, plus the fact that 3 to 5x zoom combined with AI processing already delivers solid results. Still, Oppo has stepped back into the spotlight by pushing this further again. With this new generation, the Find X9 Ultra swaps out the previous 6x periscope lens for a 50-megapixel 10x telephoto camera. Before launch, there were doubts about whether this JNL sensor, with its 1/2.75-inch size and f3.5 aperture, could really perform, but once you actually use it, the clarity speaks for itself. At 10x zoom, text and fine details look noticeably sharper. Even when you push it further to 60x or 120x using AI, the image still holds more detail. When it comes to color, though, there's a clear difference between generations. The X8 Ultra leans heavily on algorithm processing to boost colors and overall image appeal, while the X9 Ultra takes on a cooler tone that might not be everyone's favorite. Even though both phones use relatively small sensors and apertures, their low light performance is quite similar. But once you zoom in, the X9 Ultra still manages to capture more detail. You'll notice a similar trend with the 3x mid-range zoom lens. The X8 Ultra enhances images to make them more visually pleasing, while the X9 Ultra, despite having a larger sensor, uses a slightly smaller aperture, which means it doesn't control highlights as well in low-light situations. Interestingly, the main camera tells a different story. The Find X9 Ultra upgrades to a massive 200-megapixel sensor, producing images that look cleaner and more refined. In low light conditions, the improvements are there, but they're more subtle, mainly better highlight control and more accurate colors thanks to ongoing algorithm refinements. Another big upgrade is the ultra-wide camera. It now features a larger 1/1.9-inch sensor and a wider 14mm focal length. During the day, the difference might not jump out immediately, but at night, the improvement is definitely noticeable. There are still a few small trade-offs, though. Color reproduction overall has improved thanks to an upgrade from 9 to 24 color channels, making images look more accurate and vibrant, closer to what your eyes actually see. But with two 200-megapixel cameras and two 50-megapixel cameras on board, shooting in high-resolution mode gives you more focal length flexibility with the 50-megapixel lenses at 2x and 10x. That said, the gap between 200 megapixels and 50 megapixels is pretty huge, not just in detail but also in file size. A single 200-megapixel photo from the X9 Ultra can take up around 93 megabytes, which is nearly 4 times larger than what you'd get from the X8 Ultra. Camera speed, thankfully, remains solid. Oppo has also tweaked their master filters, trimming them down from 15 to 14, which means some popular portrait-style filters are no longer there. But there's a nice upside. With the latest ColorOS 16 update, you can now import filter presets with just one tap. No more hunting for settings or copying parameters manually. Just download and apply instantly. It's a small change, but it makes things much easier, especially for beginners. There's even a new photo watermark option for quick sharing on social media. On the video side, the X9 Ultra supports up to 10-bit 8K at 30 FPS and 4K at 120 FPS, which is impressive. Overall, the X9 Ultra does bring improvements in detail and image accuracy. But when you factor in how often people actually use extreme zoom or ultra-wide lenses, plus the strong algorithm tuning on the previous model, the X8 Ultra still holds its ground surprisingly well. Now shifting to the design, the Earth Platform color variant we have here easily stands out as the best-looking option this year and serves as the signature look of the X9 Ultra. The black vegan leather finish paired with the Hasselblad-inspired orange shutter accent gives it a really lively and premium vibe. The split design on the back adds some visual interest and keeps things from looking too plain. What really makes it stand out is that only this color version replaces the H logo in the camera module with the full Hasselblad branding, making it feel even more like a professional camera. Clearly, Oppo put a lot of effort into the design details. Even though the phone is roughly the same in height and width as before, it's slightly thicker and heavier this time around. That said, it actually feels more balanced and premium when you hold it. And of course, there's the camera module design, which has been getting a lot of attention online. The circular layout now has a larger radius, giving it much stronger visual presence and making it instantly recognizable.
Oppo has also gone with an irregular-shaped lens element this time, and I know that design choice won't be everyone's favorite. Personally, I don't find it odd at all. In fact, if they had just used a big circular camera base with a matching circular lens, it would have looked too flat and bulky, lacking any real depth. This setup actually adds a bit more character. The X9 Ultra follows a thin lens, thicker body approach, with the camera bump sticking out about 6mm, which isn't much different from the X8 Ultra's 5mm. Compared to Vivo's style of a slimmer body paired with a much thicker lens module, this feels more comfortable to hold. The button layout hasn't changed either, sticking to Oppo's familiar left-right control setup that longtime users will recognize immediately. Once you get used to it, it's very intuitive. The customizable shortcut button on the left is still here, and the phone continues to use a 3D ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, although it can sometimes unlock accidentally. So, when it comes to looks, how do you feel about this generation? On the front, the Find X9 Ultra keeps the same overall size as before, featuring a 6.82-inch QHD Plus display with 2K resolution. The bezels and corner curves have only been slightly refined. One notable upgrade is the refresh rate, which now ranges dynamically from 1 all the way up to 144 Hz, compared to the previous 120 Hz. Oppo has also added AI-based eye protection and a viewing distance reminder. That said, the panel itself is still similar to before, offering mid to high brightness DC-like dimming along with 2160 Hz PWM at low brightness, so it's not a major leap compared to the previous model, and still sits somewhere in the middle of the industry. The color tuning matches what we've seen on the Find N6, but the default profile has changed. The X9 Ultra comes set to standard mode out of the box, while the X8 Ultra used natural. Switching both to vivid mode makes the X9 Ultra's whites look noticeably cleaner. As for brightness, the manual peak stays about the same, but the maximum brightness has been pushed up by nearly 30%, reaching 1472 nits. Moving on to performance, the Find X9 Ultra is powered by the 5th generation Snapdragon 8 Ultra chip, pulling in an impressive Antutu score of 4.18 million. The unit we tested comes with 16 GB of RAM and 1 TB of storage, including satellite support, and storage performance is solid as well. In gaming, the results are strong across the board. In Honor of Kings, the phone averaged 144.2 FPS, with a 1% low of 139.8 FPS, while consuming around 3.8 watts. Temperatures stayed controlled, with the front reaching 35.8 degrees Celsius and the back 36.3 degrees Celsius. During a 20-minute run in Honkai Star Rail's Golden Moment mode, it delivered an average of 59.9 FPS, though power usage climbed to 8.2 watts. Temperatures rose higher here too, hitting 43.7 degrees Celsius on the front and 45.8 degrees Celsius on the back. Genshin Impact performance was also stable, averaging 60.1 FPS, with a 1% low of 49.4 FPS, and power consumption at 3.7 watts. Temperatures remained reasonable at 36.7 degrees Celsius on the front and 38.6 degrees Celsius on the back. This generation also introduces frame interpolation and super resolution features. You can enable both alongside high graphics settings, but it does increase heat noticeably.
With frame interpolation turned on, a 20-minute Genshin Impact session reached 120.5 FPS, with a 1% low of 113.5 FPS, while power usage increased by about 0.8 watts. Temperatures also climbed slightly by 2.3 degrees Celsius on the front and 1.6 degrees Celsius on the back. Overall, the performance is still very solid. Battery life is another big highlight. The Find X9 Ultra now packs a massive 7,000 mAh battery, a clear step up from the previous 6,100 mAh. It even edges out this year's Ultras from Xiaomi and Vivo, while supporting 100-watt wired charging and 50-watt wireless charging. In real-world testing, it hit a peak of 75 watts in the first minute, charged up to 16% in just 5 minutes, and reached a full charge in 47 minutes. Battery endurance is excellent too, with only 30% used after 3 hours of regular usage. Oppo's AI Flash technology also stands out as a practical addition. The new ColorOS 16 lock screen island isn't just a visual upgrade. It works like a capsule-style interface, similar to a fluid cloud, displaying key information right on the lock screen. You can swipe left or right to switch modes and swipe up to expand details. Even better, apps like Maps and Music can be accessed in full screen directly from the lock screen without unlocking the phone, which is behad convenient. As for pricing, the base version of the Find X9 Ultra starts at 7,499 yuan in China, which is roughly £814 in the UK and about $1,100 in the US. All things considered, this generation of the Find X9 Ultra feels like Oppo pushing both its hardware and software to the limit. It delivers true ultra-level camera performance without cutting corners elsewhere. So, what's your take on this new Oppo flagship? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.